Your longevity blueprint: 7 telltale signs after 70. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's your host from Perfect Vlogs, and today we're diving into a topic that many of you have asked about. Something that touches all of us as we or our loved ones navigate the years beyond 70. Do you ever wonder how much time you really have left once you cross that milestone? It's a natural question, and as every year starts to feel more precious, understanding what our bodies are telling us becomes incredibly important. The truth is, your body is already giving you signals, subtle clues about your potential longevity. We see some people in their 70s who are still brimming with energy, sharp as a tack, and truly full of life, while others begin to experience a noticeable slowdown, grappling with more frequent health problems and a persistent sense of fatigue. What makes the difference? Often, it's found in a few key signs, indicators that might seem small but are powerfully revealing. In this video, we're going to unpack 7 specific signs that can offer a glimpse into how long you may live after hitting 70. Now, I want to be clear, these aren't just old wives' tales or random guesses. These are insights based on real, observable patterns that researchers and medical professionals, including myself in my practice, have noted in individuals who live long, vibrant and healthy lives. We're talking about tangible markers that can help you understand your current health trajectory. By the time we finish this discussion, you'll have a much clearer idea of what to look for in your own body and lifestyle. More importantly, we'll explore what you can actively do to bolster your health and maximize your chances of not just living longer, but living and staying healthier for as long as possible. So make sure you stay tuned right until the very end. Why? Because you might be overlooking some seemingly small things that in reality could have a massive impact on your future health and lifespan. It's easy to dismiss minor changes, but recognizing these signs early can be a game changer. Once you understand what they are and what they mean, you'll be empowered with a clearer perspective on where you currently stand. This knowledge will equip you to make informed decisions and implement changes, if necessary, that could genuinely add more healthy, active years to your life. It's about taking control and being proactive. Now let's get started and explore these vital signs together. The brisk walk, your pace, your lifespan. All right, let's jump into our first sign, and it's one that might surprise you with its simplicity yet profound implications. One of the strongest indicators of how long you might live after 70 isn't necessarily hidden deep within your DNA, buried in complex medical records, or even solely dictated by your diet. It's something far more observable and frankly quite straightforward. Your walking speed, yes, how quickly or slowly you walk, can tell us a remarkable amount about your underlying health. Numerous studies, and I mean a significant body of research, have consistently shown that individuals who maintain a steady, relatively brisk walking pace well into their 70s and beyond tend to live longer, healthier lives compared to those who experience a significant slowdown in their gait. This isn't just a random correlation, there's solid physiology behind it. Think about what's involved in walking. It's a complex activity that engages multiple systems in your body. Your walking speed is directly linked to your overall physical health, particularly your cardiovascular fitness. A good pace indicates that your heart and lungs are working efficiently to supply oxygen to your muscles. It also reflects your musculoskeletal strength, especially in your legs and core, which are crucial for mobility and preventing frailty. Furthermore, maintaining a good walking speed is even connected to brain health, as it requires coordination, balance, and cognitive engagement. So a decline in pace can be an early warning that these systems are not functioning optimally. If you've personally noticed that your steps have become more hesitant, that you're taking longer to cover the same distance, or that others are frequently outpacing you, please don't just brush it off as an inevitable part of aging. While some changes are natural, a significant drop in walking speed warrants attention because it can be a red flag for declining health. It might indicate underlying issues like muscle loss, sarcopenia, joint problems, reduced cardiovascular capacity, or even early neurological changes. Recognizing this slowdown is the first step towards taking corrective action and potentially improving your long-term health outlook. The good news is that walking speed is often modifiable. You're not necessarily stuck with a slower pace. Start by making small, consistent efforts to build and maintain your strength and stamina. This doesn't mean you need to suddenly start training for a marathon. Simple, practical steps can make a big difference. For instance, make a conscious effort to incorporate more walking into your daily routine. Could you walk to the local shop instead of driving? Or perhaps take a slightly longer route when you're out and about. Even short, frequent walks throughout the day can be beneficial. Consider adding some light strength-building exercises to your week. This could involve using light weights or resistance bands, focusing on exercises that target your leg muscles, such as calf raises, leg lifts, or mini squats, if appropriate for your physical condition, and always consult a doctor before starting a new exercise regimen. Even simple activities like climbing stairs more often, if you're able, can help maintain lower body strength. The key is to challenge your body gently but consistently. Remember, the goal isn't just to walk faster for the sake of speed itself, but because a brisker pace is a reflection of better overall physiological function. It signifies better muscle power, more efficient energy use, and a more robust cardiovascular system. Think of it as a vital sign, much like your blood pressure or heart rate. Paying attention to your walking speed and taking steps to maintain or improve it can be a powerful investment in your future health and longevity. Don't underestimate the power of this simple indicator. It's accessible, easy to monitor, and something you can actively work on. If you have concerns about a significant change in your walking speed, it's always a good idea to discuss it with your doctor. They can help rule out any underlying medical conditions and provide guidance on safe and effective ways to improve your mobility and overall fitness, which in turn can positively influence your lifespan. The power in your hands, grip strength as a vitality marker. Moving on to our second sign, and this one might seem a bit unconventional, but trust me, the science backs it up. Believe it or not, the strength of your handshake, or more broadly, your grip strength, might be revealing a lot more about your future health and vitality than you probably think. It's not just about making a good first impression with a firm handshake. It's a quantifiable measure that researchers have found to be one of the clearest and most reliable indicators of overall muscle strength and consequently vitality and longevity in older adults. A strong, steady grip is often a proxy for a robust and well-functioning body. Why is something as seemingly simple as grip strength so telling? Well, a firm grip suggests that your muscles, not just in your hands and forearms, but throughout your body, are generally in good condition. It points to good muscle mass and function. Furthermore, it often correlates with better circulation, as healthy blood flow is necessary for muscle strength and a well-functioning nervous system, which is essential for coordinating muscle contractions. Now, when your grip starts to weaken noticeably, it can be an early warning sign that there might be a more generalized decline in your physical capabilities and overall health. If your grip is losing its power, chances are other parts of your body might be weakening too. Think of it this way: the muscles in your hands are relatively easy to assess, but their strength often mirrors the condition of larger, more critical muscle groups in your body. Loss of grip strength can be an early indicator of sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and function, which is a major risk factor for frailty, disability, and reduced lifespan. It's a surprisingly accurate barometer of your biological age, sometimes more so than your chronological age. Doctors and researchers often use grip strength dynamometers to measure this, but you can often get a general sense yourself by how firm your grip feels when opening jars, carrying groceries, or yes, shaking someone's hand. The encouraging news here, much like with walking speed, is that grip strength is not entirely out of your control. You can take active steps to maintain or even improve it. Simple, targeted exercises can make a significant difference. For instance, regularly squeezing a tennis ball or a specialized hand grip strengthener can be very effective. These tools are inexpensive and can be used almost anywhere, like while watching television or reading. Just a few minutes each day can contribute to maintaining that essential strength. Beyond specific hand exercises, activities that involve using your hands and arms with some resistance can also be beneficial. Carrying light weights, even if it's just your grocery bags, distributed evenly of course, helps. Engaging in hobbies that require hand strength, like gardening, woodworking, or even playing certain musical instruments, can contribute to maintaining your grip. The key is consistent use and gentle challenges to your hand and forearm muscles. These actions help preserve muscle fibers and nerve connections, It's also important to consider overall physical activity. Exercises that build general muscle strength, such as resistance training for the whole body, will indirectly support your grip strength by improving your overall muscle health and tone. Good nutrition, particularly adequate protein intake, is also vital for muscle maintenance and repair, which naturally includes the muscles responsible for your grip. So, a holistic approach to your health will undoubtedly benefit this specific marker as well. So pay attention to the power in your hands. If you notice it's becoming harder to open jars, if your handshake feels weaker, or if you're dropping things more often, don't just dismiss it. Consider it a signal from your body. By incorporating simple exercises and staying generally active, you can help maintain not just your grip strength, but also contribute to your overall muscular health, which is a cornerstone of living a longer, more independent and vibrant life after 70. Balancing act stability as a predictor of longevity. Our third sign focuses on something many of us take for granted until it starts to wane: your balance. Specifically, your ability to stand on one leg for a sustained period, say at least 10 seconds, is emerging as one of the surprisingly strong predictors of how long you'll live, particularly after the age of 70. It might sound overly simplistic, but this single test can reveal a great deal about your underlying physical and even neurological health. Good balance isn't just about avoiding a stumble, it's a complex interplay of your sensory systems, muscle strength, and brain function. Researchers have conducted studies that highlight a significant correlation. People, especially older adults who struggle to maintain their balance on a single leg for even a short duration, are often found to be at a higher risk for a number of adverse health outcomes. The most obvious risk is falls. Falls are a leading cause of injury, disability, and even death in older individuals. A fall can lead to fractures, head injuries, and a subsequent decline in mobility and independence, often creating a downward spiral in health. But the implications of poor balance extend beyond just the risk of falling. Poor balance can also be an indicator of other underlying issues. It might suggest weakening in the core and leg muscles, which are essential for stability. It could also point to problems with your inner ear, vestibular system, which plays a key role in balance, or even issues with your vision or proprioception, your body's sense of its position in space. Furthermore, some studies have even linked declining balance with an increased risk of cognitive decline, suggesting that the systems in the brain that manage balance also play a role in cognitive functions. Therefore, a faltering ability to balance can be a subtle yet important warning sign. The good news, as with our previous signs, is that balance is a skill that can often be improved and maintained with practice, regardless of your age. You don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership to work on your stability. Simple exercises incorporated regularly into your routine can make a substantial difference. The most straightforward exercise is, of course, practicing standing on one foot. Start by holding onto a sturdy chair or countertop for support, and try to lift one foot off the ground for a few seconds. As you get stronger and more confident, you can try to reduce your reliance on the support, eventually aiming to balance unaided for 10 seconds or longer on each leg. Another excellent exercise is walking heel to toe as if you're walking on a tightrope. You can do this down a hallway in your home. This helps to improve your coordination and strengthens the muscles involved in maintaining an upright posture. Activities like Tai Chi are also renowned for their benefits to balance and stability. Tai Chi involves slow, deliberate movements that challenge your balance in a gentle, controlled way, while also promoting strength, flexibility, and mindfulness. Many community centers offer Tai Chi classes specifically for seniors. Even small adjustments in your daily life can help. Be mindful of your posture when standing and walking. Engage your core muscles. Think about gently pulling your belly button towards your spine, as this provides a stable base for movement. When you're standing, try to distribute your weight evenly on both feet. When turning, try to turn your feet first rather than twisting your body. These small conscious efforts can contribute to better overall stability. So take a moment, perhaps later today in a safe environment, to test your own balance. See how long you can comfortably stand on one leg. If you find it challenging, don't be discouraged. Instead, view it as an opportunity to incorporate some simple, balance-enhancing exercises into your life. Improving your balance is not just about preventing falls, it's about maintaining your independence, your confidence in movement, and contributing to your overall health and longevity. It's a proactive step towards a more stable and secure future. Let's delve into our fourth sign, which is all about what happens when you close your eyes at night, your sleeping patterns. How well, how deeply, and how consistently you sleep can say a lot about your overall health and consequently how long you might live, especially after 70. Sleep is far more than just a passive state of rest. It's a critical period during which your body undertakes a wide range of essential maintenance and repair processes. Ignoring the quality of your sleep is like ignoring a fundamental pillar of your health. During those precious hours of slumber, your body is incredibly busy. It's a time for cellular repair, where damaged cells are mended or replaced. Your immune system gets a significant boost, producing cytokines and antibodies that help fight off infections and inflammation. Your brain also undergoes a vital cleansing process, often referred to as the glymphatic system, which clears out metabolic byproducts and toxins that accumulate during waking hours, including proteins linked to neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Consistent, high-quality sleep is therefore crucial for physical healing, immune resilience, and cognitive health. Numerous studies have consistently shown a strong link between sleep patterns and longevity in older adults. People over 70 who maintain regular restorative sleep schedules, meaning they get enough hours of good quality sleep most nights, tend to live longer and experience better overall health compared to those who suffer from chronic sleep disturbances. Issues like insomnia, frequent awakenings, sleep apnea, or simply not getting enough hours of sleep can take a significant toll on your body over time, contributing to a higher risk of chronic conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and cognitive decline. So what constitutes good sleep, especially as we age? While individual needs can vary slightly, most older adults still require around 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep per night. It's not just about the quantity, though. The quality matters immensely. This means falling asleep relatively easily and sleeping soundly through the night with minimal interruptions and waking up feeling generally refreshed. If you consistently struggle with falling asleep, staying asleep, or you wake up feeling exhausted even after what seems like enough time in bed, these are signs that your sleep quality might be compromised. Fortunately, there are many actionable steps you can take to improve your sleep hygiene and promote better sleep patterns. Simple changes to your daily routine and environment can make a huge difference. For instance, try to reduce screen time from phones, tablets, and televisions for at least an hour before bed, as the blue light emitted can interfere with melatonin production, the hormone that regulates sleep. Sticking to a regular sleep schedule, even on weekends, by going to bed and waking up around the same time each day, helps to regulate your body's internal clock. Creating a restful sleep environment is also key. Ensure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool. Consider blackout curtains, earplugs, or a white noise machine if needed. Getting exposure to natural sunlight in the morning can also help regulate your circadian rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep at night. Be mindful of your diet and hydration too. Avoid heavy meals, caffeine, and excessive fluids close to bedtime, as these can disrupt sleep. Gentle stretching, meditation, or a warm bath before bed can also help signal to your body that it's time to wind down. If you suspect you might have a more serious sleep disorder like sleep apnea, often characterized by loud snoring, gasping for air during sleep, and daytime sleepiness, it's crucial to consult with your doctor. Sleep apnea can have significant health consequences if left untreated, but effective treatments are available. Prioritizing your sleep is an investment in your long-term health. Think of good sleep not as a luxury, but as a non-negotiable biological necessity for a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life after 70. Chapter 5. Nourishing your future appetite as a window to health. Our fifth sign brings us to the kitchen table, so to speak, as we examine your appetite and eating habits. The way you approach food and nourishment after the age of 70 is one of the most direct and strongest indicators of your overall health status, and by extension, how long you might live. A healthy, consistent appetite and a commitment to well-balanced dietary choices are fundamental for keeping your body strong, your immune system resilient against illness, and your energy levels sufficiently high to enjoy daily life. Changes in these areas should not be overlooked. Think about it. Your appetite is a basic biological drive that signals your body's need for fuel and nutrients. A good appetite generally reflects a well-functioning digestive system and an appropriate metabolic demand. When you're eating well, you're providing your body with the essential building blocks: proteins for muscle repair, carbohydrates for energy, fats for hormone production and cell health, and a host of vitamins and minerals for countless physiological processes. This consistent supply of nutrients is vital for maintaining organ function, repairing tissues, and fighting off infections, all of which become even more critical as we age. If you've started to notice significant changes in your eating habits, these can be important clues about your underlying health. For example, are you feeling full too quickly after starting a meal, a condition known as early satiety? Have you experienced a general lack of interest in food, or perhaps a diminished sense of taste or smell that makes eating less enjoyable? Unexplained or unintentional weight loss is another major red flag that warrants immediate attention from a healthcare professional. These changes can sometimes indicate underlying medical conditions, medication side effects, or even psychological factors like depression or loneliness, all of which can impact longevity. It's crucial to take action if you recognize these shifts. Don't simply accept a dwindling appetite or poor eating habits as an inevitable consequence of getting older. The focus should be on consuming whole, nutrient-dense foods. This means prioritizing fruits, vegetables, lean proteins like fish, poultry, beans and lentils, whole grains and healthy fats found in avocados, nuts, seeds and olive oil. These foods provide the maximum nutritional bang for your buck, ensuring your body gets what it needs without excess empty calories. Proper hydration is also paramount. Dehydration can often manifest as fatigue or a poor appetite, so ensure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. If a shrinking appetite is an issue, try eating smaller, more frequent meals rather than 3 large ones. Make meals visually appealing and focus on foods you genuinely enjoy while still keeping nutrition in mind. Sometimes social interaction can stimulate appetite, so eating with family or friends when possible can make a positive difference. If chewing or swallowing has become difficult, consult your doctor or a dentist, as there might be correctable issues, and consider softer, easier-to-eat foods that are still nutritious, like soups, stews, smoothies, or well-cooked vegetables. Be particularly mindful of protein intake. As we age, maintaining muscle mass becomes more challenging, and adequate protein is essential for combating sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. Include a good source of protein with each meal if possible. Also, pay attention to fiber intake from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains to support digestive health, which can often decline with age if not properly managed. Ultimately, your relationship with food after 70 is a powerful lever for influencing your health span and lifespan. By being attentive to your appetite, making conscious choices to eat a balanced and nutrient-rich diet, and addressing any concerning changes with your healthcare provider, you are actively nourishing your body for a longer, stronger, and more energetic future. It's about fueling your life, not just filling your stomach. In Chapter 6, Stress Resilience, Managing Pressure for a Longer Life. Now let's turn our attention to our 6th sign, which deals with an invisible but incredibly potent factor, your ability to handle stress. How you navigate and manage the stresses of life, especially after the age of 70, can tell you a great deal about your psychological resilience and, importantly, how long you might live. We all experience stress. It's an unavoidable part of the human condition. However, it's chronic, unmanaged stress that poses a significant threat to our health and longevity, acting as a silent saboteur. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mood or make you feel overwhelmed emotionally. It has profound physiological consequences. When you're constantly stressed, your body remains in a heightened state of alert, continuously releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Over extended periods, this can weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to infections and illnesses. It can also contribute to chronic inflammation, a key driver in many age-related diseases. Furthermore, sustained stress significantly raises your risk of cardiovascular problems, including high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. and can even accelerate the aging process at a cellular level. Therefore, developing and practicing effective stress management techniques becomes increasingly vital as we age. It's not about eliminating stress entirely, as that's often unrealistic, but rather about building your capacity to cope with it constructively and prevent it from becoming a chronic, overwhelming force in your life. Finding healthy ways to manage stress can genuinely add years to your life, and perhaps more importantly, add life to your years by improving your overall well-being and quality of life. So what are some effective strategies? Mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools that have been shown to reduce stress and promote a sense of calm. Even just a few minutes of daily mindfulness practice, focusing on your breath or a guided meditation, can help lower cortisol levels and improve your emotional regulation. Regular physical exercise is another fantastic stress buster. Activities like walking, swimming, yoga, or even gardening not only benefit your physical health but also release endorphins, which have mood-boosting and stress-reducing effects. Deep breathing exercises are simple yet remarkably effective for calming the nervous system. When you feel stress rising, take a few moments to practice slow, deep diaphragmatic breaths, inhaling deeply through your nose, feeling your abdomen expand, and exhaling slowly through your mouth. This can activate the body's relaxation response almost immediately. Connecting with nature, whether it's spending time in a park, tending to plants, or simply sitting by a window and observing the outdoors, has also been shown to have a calming and restorative effect on our minds. Don't underestimate the power of social support and, believe it or not, laughter. Sharing your worries with a trusted friend, family member, or therapist can alleviate the burden of stress. Engaging in enjoyable social activities and maintaining strong social connections can provide a buffer against life's challenges, and laughter truly can be good medicine. It releases tension, improves mood, and can even have positive effects on your immune system. Seek out humor, watch a funny movie, or spend time with people who make you laugh. It's also important to learn to set boundaries and say no to commitments or situations that consistently cause you excessive stress, if possible. Prioritize activities that bring you joy and relaxation, and make time for hobbies and interests that help you unwind and recharge. Identifying your personal stress triggers and developing a personalized toolkit of coping mechanisms is key. What works for one person might not work for another, so experiment and find what helps you personally feel more centered and resilient in the face of life's inevitable pressures. Managing stress effectively is a proactive investment in your long-term health and vitality. Chapter 7. The Strength of Bonds, Social Ties and Extended Lifespan. Our seventh and final sign focuses on the profound impact of our connections with others, your social connections. The strength, quality, and consistency of your relationships can be one of the clearest and most significant indicators of how long you might live, particularly after the age of 70. This isn't just about feeling good. An extensive body of research, including large-scale epidemiological studies, has consistently and compellingly shown that individuals with strong, positive social ties, whether through close friendships, supportive family relationships, or active community involvement, tend to live longer, healthier, and more fulfilling lives. The link between social connection and longevity is robust and multifaceted. People who feel connected to others often experience lower levels of stress, as social support can buffer the negative impacts of life's challenges. Strong relationships provide a sense of belonging, purpose, and security, all of which contribute to better mental and emotional well-being. Furthermore, individuals with good social networks are often more likely to engage in healthier behaviors. Friends and family can encourage regular exercise, healthy eating, and adherence to medical advice. They might also be the first to notice if something is amiss with your health, prompting earlier intervention. Conversely, social isolation and loneliness have been identified as significant risk factors for poor health outcomes, comparable in their negative impact to well-known risks like smoking, obesity, and physical inactivity. Loneliness can trigger chronic inflammation, impair immune function, increase the risk of depression and anxiety, and even accelerate cognitive decline. It's a serious concern, especially for older adults who may face increased risks of isolation due to retirement, loss of loved ones, or mobility issues. Therefore, actively nurturing and maintaining social connections is a vital aspect of healthy aging. Staying connected doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a social butterfly or be surrounded by people constantly. The quality of relationships often matters more than the sheer quantity. Even having a few close, confiding relationships can make a huge difference. It's about feeling understood, supported, and valued. Small, consistent efforts can go a long way in strengthening these bonds and forging new ones. For instance, make it a habit to reach out to an old friend with a phone call or a message. Schedule regular get-togethers, even if it's just for a cup of coffee or a walk. Consider joining a group or club centered around a shared interest. This could be a book club, a gardening group, a walking club, a volunteer organization, or a class at a local community center. These activities provide opportunities to meet new people who share your passions and can lead to meaningful friendships. Don't be afraid to initiate contact or accept invitations. Sometimes we need to step out of our comfort zone a little to build or maintain these vital connections. Technology can also be a valuable tool for staying in touch, especially with family and friends who live far away. Video calls, social media used mindfully, and email can help bridge geographical distances and maintain a sense of closeness. If you're not comfortable with technology, perhaps a younger family member or a local community program can offer some assistance to get you started. The effort is well worth it for the social and emotional benefits. Remember, investing in your social connections is as important for your health as diet and exercise. Make a conscious effort to nurture your existing relationships and be open to forming new ones, whether it's through deepening ties with family, rekindling old friendships, or engaging with your community. These connections provide a rich tapestry of support and joy that can significantly contribute to a longer, healthier, and happier life well beyond 70. It's about the human need for connection, which sustains us at every age. So there you have it, 7 key signs that can offer valuable insights into your longevity and overall health after the age of 70. Now that you know what these signs are, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect honestly on where you stand with each of them. Are you moving through life with a feeling of strength, balance, and confidence, or have you perhaps noticed some subtle changes recently that might be early warning signs? Things like your walking speed, the firmness of your grip, your ability to balance, the quality of your sleep, your appetite and eating habits, how you cope with stress, and the strength of your social connections. These are all pieces of your personal health puzzle. The truly empowering takeaway from all of this is the good news. Most of these factors are not set in stone. Your future isn't predetermined by these signs alone. Instead, they serve as indicators, and the choices you make today can have a genuinely powerful and positive impact on how many healthy and vibrant years you have ahead of you. Your walking speed, grip strength, balance, sleep quality, eating habits, stress levels, and social connections are largely things you can actively influence and improve. It's about recognizing areas for growth and taking proactive steps. If you've listened today and recognized one or more areas where you feel you could improve, please don't wait for a doctor to explicitly tell you it's time to make a change, although their guidance is always valuable. Start now. Take those extra steps to incorporate more walks into your day. Look into simple exercises to strengthen your muscles and improve your grip. Prioritize creating a restful sleep environment. Consciously choose nourishing foods. Actively seek out healthy ways to manage stress and make an effort to stay socially connected. Remember, the ultimate goal isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years, ensuring they are filled with health, vitality, and joy. Thank you so much for joining us today at Perfect Vlogs. We genuinely love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today that resonated with you, and perhaps one small step you plan to take to use that knowledge in your own life. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more content like this, and consider sharing it with friends or family who might benefit. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.